This is Ranger, a 1-year-old red heeler, I think probably Shar-Pei mix, who's had a pretty rough start in life. He's shy with people, nervous around other dogs, and almost completely shut down when he first came to me. His foster says he won't walk on a leash, won't come when called, and barely lets anybody touch him. But here's the thing, dogs like Ranger aren't broken, they're just scared. So today, I'm starting with no pressure and building trust through calm energy and teaching commands. And in just one session, watch what happens when we slow down and start with boundaries from the start. Now stick around, this is where confidence begins. So before I get into any of it, let's go ahead and go over some of the equipment that I like to use, making sure that I keep the dog safe and I don't worry about my equipment failing. So first of all is the martingale, but I don't like all martingales. The martingale that I like the most is actually this one here. It is called a Mighty Paw, and this one by far has been my favorite. I have it in different sizes. And so couple of things that I really like about this as opposed to others. So one, the leather, it doesn't really matter. Most of the stuff, the as far as the collar part of it goes, is made with stuff that's not going to fail or anything like that. But I really like the leather, and then that it is a regular buckle. That's so important for me when I'm dealing with dogs that have never had training or are very fearful, may have been on the street for a little while. So I really like the buckle, so that way nothing can break that, right? And then I have the chain. Makes it really, really nice, really easy to put on. But the other martingales, they're fine for most dogs. And the only thing that I worry about with me dealing with such scared dogs and dogs that are always testing the equipment is this plastic buckle. That's kind of on a normal martingale, that's where you're going to find that weak spot, is going to be that plastic buckle. So if your dog isn't real big or isn't really pulling really hard, don't worry about it. It's just fine. The next thing I used in this video is a Viper Longline. Okay. Again, I don't get any money from the Mighty Paws or from Viper, but I do believe that this is one of the better products that you can get just off of Amazon even. So with Viper, I get the smaller one as far as how thick it is, so that way it's already, this is 30 feet. And so if you have a leash dragging behind you that's 30 feet, it's a bit of a weight for a dog. So I want to make sure that I'm making it as thin as possible and I get it in the Biothane. That way if they pee on it or if they drag it through anything else, that you can easily sanitize it. You want to make sure that they have a really good snap. If you're getting one similar to this, where it's this little, snap that can hold maybe a Chihuahua or something, that's fine. But when you get into the bigger dogs, you want to make sure that it has a really hefty, good snap. If it doesn't, this part right here can fail, the dog can get away, or the dog will pull and it will literally break off. So I've had them break off with bigger dogs right here if you're not expecting it. So you want to make sure of that. But you want it Biothane. Biothane's great. The Viper leashes are great, and I really like them. But in this video, I use the 30-foot. That's a pretty big deal. So that gives them the ability to get away from me as far as decompress, but I still have control over them and making it so they can't run away. But those are the two main things that I use in this video, and you'll see some cots and stuff, but those aren't really what make it better. That's just to continue his training. You'll see these two things really, really help him understand that I'm a safe person and that he can trust me, and so it reduces and removes that fear from him. So, and now you're about to see all of the stuff in action. So we're starting Ranger out on just a nice walk. We're gonna go to the park and kind of walk around in circles, but you notice immediately, one, I do not have any tension on the leash, right? I want to have not too much to where I can stop if a car comes by, but I want him to pretty much stay with me at an instinctual level where he's like, okay, I gotta follow this guy. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of worried about everything, but I have been around this guy a little bit, so I'm gonna follow him. Now the leash is getting longer and longer, and as soon as he sees that grass and that park, oh man, he is in heaven. He's so happy to be outside, running around. You'll see him, yep, there he goes, rolling in the grass. He absolutely loves being outside, so his future foster or his future owner definitely has to make it to where He is spending a lot of time outside and definitely making it where he's off leash control, so that way he can have the best life possible with that off leash control. But you'll notice, and as we go through here, every time I try to pet him, he darts off. He'll come close and then he darts off again. And I'm not going to necessarily force anything, but when he hits that end of that line, I pause for a second and then I walk the other way, kicking into his instincts to follow the pack leader. He turns around, he walks off, he runs off, I turn around again. And this is pretty much what I did for about 20 minutes. And just walked around and didn't really try and force it too many times. You'll see later on I try and force it a little too soon. And he goes, nope, not having it. So he runs past me, kind of running around, understanding he's got to follow. One of the big things I'm doing that you may not pick up on is really the determination in the direction that I'm going. Even though I'm kind of meandering and doing whatever, if I felt lost and didn't know where to walk, he would not be following me. So you don't necessarily have to have a destination, but you do need to seem like you know where you're going. You notice every single time I'll turn around and he gets this instinct to check back in and go, oh crap, this guy's leaving again. All the way at the end of the line. Sometimes he has to have a little pull. Most of the time he doesn't. And this goes on and on and on. Just getting it to where he's getting comfortable. Plus the running gets him a little bit tired, gets it more where he wants to be around you. But you can see right there, I tried it too much. I tried it too fast. And he was like, I'm not letting you pet me. I don't want to be touched yet. So he runs. And because I went against what I've kind of been telling him, he distrusts a little bit more. He stays at the end of the leash a little bit more after that. And it takes me a bit to get him turned around and doing exactly what I had been doing this whole time. But his instincts kick in right there. He turns around and he starts walking and trotting towards me. But you can see he's still, because I tried to pet him and tried to force it a little too soon, he really went away from me. Now you're gonna see where I get smaller and I get down to where he's a little bit more, or he's a lot less apprehensive of me. So he comes up, he says hi, he's like, okay, I guess we're good. And this is where I'm going to up and start the next part of really walking him on that shorter leash. So he's required to be a little bit, he's required to be, closer to me. There we go. You see him where he's getting happy. He's learning, hey, I'm going to stay with this guy. I'm still very lax on that leash, but it's a lot shorter. He's getting comfortable. He's going, okay, I got to stay here. I want to stay here. This is a great thing for building confidence where he can just be with me. So here he gets a little bit tangled, so I step on the leash. Now, one of the important things when you do something like this with a fearful dog is to be nothing. I don't want to be, hey, it's okay, it's all right, or get over here. I'm just going up there, just like, hey, not a big deal. I'm just gonna do this. Here we go, and then go about my day. I do not want to be too weak for him. Otherwise, he gets scared and isn't sure what's going on. But if I stay the same way I am here, he'll let me finally just untangle him without freaking out or running away. You see, he's getting closer and closer. His freaking ears absolutely just crack me up. They just go up and down. They have to be Shar-Pei ears, because I don't know what other dog has ears similar to that they don't stick up. They're pointy, but they literally stay to the side and just flop around like they're trying to fly away. I freaking adore his ears. And one thing I've noticed about him, it's been a couple days since this video, he's super sweet and super friendly. He really isn't like a healer in a lot of ways. Healers are usually pretty guarded and can be butt heads, and while there's aspects of him that can be a little bit of a butt head, like all dogs, he's very sweet. He doesn't seem to dislike any of the dogs. He's seen probably about 10 dogs and played with them since he's been here. And he hasn't had any other, he doesn't get and bark at other people. The big thing with him is he just likes being around you. So if you put him in a crate, he gets a little unhappy about that. But other than that, he's absolutely good. And he does calm down. He sleeps in a crate every night in my room. So now that we've gone through that, now we're starting to actually put commands in here. And I'm teaching him come, where he has to come to me, and I'm also teaching him place, which means get on that. So come, in my opinion, means you need to come to me and you need to stay by me, whether I'm sitting, standing, walking, or running, and you need to do it till I tell you otherwise. So that way I'm not sitting here come and they just bolt off after they're done being around me. But right here, we're working on come, we're working on place, and he's supposed to be in the come command right now. So I'm working with him on a remote collar and the remote collar e-collar technology I think is the best. And you'll notice with him, I'm finding his level right now, trying to figure out where he feels it. All I want is the feel. And so that way the annoying thing goes away when he's near me, and the annoying thing starts when he's away from me. And I'm just working him back and forth and teaching him this, and you can see he's going, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this. You can see he definitely felt it right there, kind of like, what is that thing? Kind of annoying, kind of itchy, scratchy, something like that. There we go. And as he gets better and better, nope, too soon, you're going to see him completely change from the dog that's worried to pretty much jumping up on me, wanting attention and affection and hanging out with me. And it just is, it's patience and boundaries and really saying, hey, this is what you have to do. Once you get them to a point where they're comfortable and they realize, okay, this person is not going to hurt me, they're not here to hurt me. Now we have a bunch of habits that we have to get rid of, right? He has a habit of when you go to pet him that he shies away. See right there? It was less, but he still shied away. I went and pet him and he's like, whoa, but he didn't run like he has been. So there we go. He hops up on place. You can see me using my body language to kind of push and pull him, moving over to the other side, put my foot on there to say, hey, that's what I want you on there, buddy. There he goes. He hops up on there and is just hanging out. I'm letting him be there. There we go. Now, did you see that? He literally ran in. I did what I did before, and he did not shy away. He came in and was just like, oh, yep, we're being pet. Now, he's going, all right, I like you. We're good. I can pet him pretty much any time now. He comes up, he asks, and sometimes demands affection, which right now I'm going to kind of allow, but I'm not going to allow it all the time. If you allow it all the time, it gets, really dicey and sketchy, and then they start making you do stuff. So here I let him know, hey, we're done, we're good, and now we're at playtime. Let's relax. And now with that long walk and everything, and the training session that I just got done with a remote collar, other people call it a shock collar. Look at him. Is he afraid of me? Is he worried? Or is he more affectionate and more happy and more confident than he's ever been in this video? And hey, if you want more help with this, I got a full online course you can join. Inside, you get access to an entire community of dog owners working on the same stuff. People you can bounce ideas off of, ask questions, and learn from. Plus, you'll hear directly from me. I've packed a classroom with over 25 years of hands-on dog training, not theory, real training that works. You'll see exactly what to do step by step, like how to stop your dog from bolting out the front door or ignoring you when you call. And every Thursday at 5 p.m., Arizona time, I go live for a members only Ask Me Anything, where you can get real answers in real time. So if you're ready for calm walks, quiet doorways, and a dog that actually listens, come join us.